the facilities out of the basement. And what I mean by that is we've taken all the different components of a building's operation system, like your building management system, fire, life safety, security, and all other components. We've moved it up to the 14th floor. We put it inside of a 350 square foot room. We put 2 technicians here, Ryan and then our other technicians who's hosting another tour throughout the building right now, and gave full control over the building controls within the building. What do I mean by facilities out of the basement? Most facilities, operations today are older buildings with disjointed or non-communicating services and systems, while all of the services you'll see here today are completely integrated, are working together to create that seamless experience that we talked about in the interviews a little while ago. So what I'm going to talk about today are 3 key environments we've created in the building. The first is energy optimization and the simple concept of if it's not in use, turn it off. The second is healthy buildings and how we reacted to COVID to create the safest airspace for our employees. And the third is user experience via application on the mobile device, giving control to people who had control of their homes for 2 years during COVID. So we'll dive right in. Again, if you do have questions, please raise your hand. Videos, all of it, it's all good. So 22 different integrated technologies within this space, but the first and most important that I want to talk about is energy optimization. What you're seeing here is Tritium by Niagara. This is our building management system. And the best way to describe it is if you consider a backbone, all of the spurs in that backbone are the integrated technologies within. So this is everything pulled up to the surface that gives us that total control. What you're seeing here are 3 important values. 1, if you see a yellow light, it means the light is on. 2, if you see a blue person, it means there's occupancy sense within the space. But with my real estate hat on, the most important one are these grayed out spaces. And the way we're tracking that is through sensor technology in the lights. So I'm going to ask you all to look up once and 2 more times, but if you look at the light sensors here, you'll see that red light sensor. And I'm going to let Ryan talk about a little bit what that is and what's doing.
Sure. So more than a smart lighting system, this is what we call a smart grid system. So there's multiple sensors within that bundle. One is an occupancy sensor, and it's indicated by red being occupied, amber being unoccupied. But they take it a step further here. It's that little lens next to it is an IR receiver. So not only can it see people, but just like the movie Predator, I'm not sure how many people are familiar with that US movie here, you can see individual heat signatures from humans, and it's able to count how many heat signatures are in a space. It doesn't know who you are, it just knows that there is a person there. In addition to that, we use that, and Brian will go into why we use that occupancy, it's very important. There's also temperature, humidity, and a Bluetooth beacon within that sensor bundle.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah, so that is very important to us. Talked about it in the interviews earlier, but occupancy trends today are changing due to COVID. And you can see that here, right? It is a Thursday afternoon. 36% of the building is currently occupied. Makes a little bit of sense given the time right now. People are out at meetings, things like that. But from my perspective, the most important opportunity here is if all of these assets are not in use, turn them off, right? That's where I immediately go. If 36% of the building is it's occupied, then theoretically 54% of the building should be in an off state right now. You saw from Manish's presentation earlier today, 35% of a building's footprint is from HVAC in terms of utility and cost. So if you're able to take data like this, relay it back through the Honeywell Forge system, which we'll talk about here in a second on the screen there, and actually start to turn off assets within your space, you're going to start to really make a mark on your effort towards carbon neutrality. If you remember, I manage about 27 million square feet. This building is 330,000. So by scaling a solution like this beyond the headquarters to the remainder of our portfolio, we'll start to achieve those carbon neutral opportunities. So energy optimization, if it's not in use, turn it off. Right? Take advantage of the changing trends in occupancy and the way people are using space today. Any questions on energy optimization?